Hello, welcome to It's New. Look who's back, all shiny and I don't know, sticky. Is it sticky also or no?
It's a little sticky.
Little
I'm
sticky.
using beef tail on my face now. If you're not a marketing clock listener.
Yeah, it's important. He is a sponsor. Is a sponsor of your show, right?
No. This is just look at. I look like I'm glowing, guys. Look at it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, it's better than looking like death. So, good and good. All right, so Christine Shep is filled in for you.
Yes, big thanks to Shep. Yeah, she's better than me. You can just swap me out.
Yeah, I don't know if she likes being on it, but we'll see.
Well, probably not.
It's kind of torture, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, yes, this is torture.
We volunteer. We all volunteer to do this. I don't understand.
I don't get it. I don't know. Anyway, we should probably get into news. I'll be covering the core update and how it's leading to some partial, significant, helpful content update recoveries from the September update from 2023. And also there's a Search Console bug, which may affect you figuring out if your positions went up or down after this core update. Greg, what do you got for us?
Mark Sansom from PPC Hero tells us what's up. CPCs, they're up and clicks are down.
And Anu?
Google is going to be sunsetting ad sharing.
And Mordy.
If you circle it, it will search in AI mode.
Awesome. All right. So I posted this morning after a bunch of people started to notice that they're starting to see some partial recoveries from the September 2023 helpful content update that destroyed tons and tons of publishers, which made Greg very, 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 I'm not going to say happy, shiny. And then it seems like finally we're seeing some significant recoveries. The update is not done yet. We've seen this before partially, and then things went back to where they were just to like drive people crazy. I think this happened like a year or two ago. But now it does seem significant. It does seem like this might last. I shouldn't say that. But Glenn Gabe shared some amazing charts around this, saying starting around the July 6th. So, the June core update started on June 3rd. We saw the first movement on July 2nd, and then we're starting to see some people really just see noticeable changes around the 6th and 7th of July, specifically with sites that were previously hit by the helpful content update and also previous core updates. And I have tons and tons of chatter, not just from Glenn Gabe, but from the community and Webmaster World, comments on Search Engine Roundtable, across Twitter or X. So there's lots of people noticing this. Of course, people are like, well, I didn't recover, I'm doing worse. Yes, there'll be sites that got hit hard. Doesn't mean that every site is going to do better, because every site can't do better with a core update. Some sites go up, some sites go down. But the big news here is that people who are hit by the previous helpful content update in September 2023 and other ones, as well as some previous core updates, are actually seeing for the first time recoveries, which is a really, really big deal. Of course, this may revert at some point, but we're hopeful that it will last.
Two questions. One is, does everybody have a swag mug they're drinking out of? And
I don't.
Also, I just want to, if we can go around the horn, do you think these websites deserve to have their rankings come back? Go.
Around the horn? Okay, Tony Reale. I'll say, or Max Kellerman, or whoever you want. Yes, if Google took these people out to tell them that it's not about the content that they're providing, that it was more towards that one quote resonates with me. If we don't rank Nike above you, they would be mad, or something along those lines that was said, I believe, to Giant Freaking Robot. Yes, they deserve to do that. That's morally right. You don't just torch a business because somebody has a bigger ad budget.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember back from like when Danny Sullivan was talking about timing for the core helpful content update, when you could actually see recoveries, and people were like, oh, a couple days. He was like, a couple days, couple weeks, then maybe months, maybe 5 years. So it's horrible what Google's been stringing along these people. Just tell them the truth. You're not going to recover and move on. But they didn't. They said you might recover. And now we're like 2 years
20
later.
months. Yeah, right. It's 2023, right. September.
You're almost there. Almost at 2 years. Right,
almost at 2 years. And we're finally starting to see some recoveries, and hopefully it will last. I do think some of these to recover. Not that it matters, because AI overviews are over everything, and nobody's going to click anyway. But at least you might be able to see in Google Search Console, in the performance report, your average position going up, or maybe not. There's tons of people complaining that there seems to be a bug with the average position drastically declining around the time of the core update. And they look at their rankings, and their rankings are fine. So it seems to be a bug with Search Console. Google has not responded about it, but I'm told that John Mueller is actually looking into it. So we'll see more when we find out more about that. But if you are noticing weirdness, especially when you do filters on the Search Console performance report, that's when this type of average position thing actually shows you drastically big declines in your average position. So yeah, good luck finding out what's going on. And then not the only thing that's declining is we're also seeing declines in clicks in ads, right, Greg?
Yes, according to PPC Hero, there was a good article talking about why Google Ads CPCs are increasing and clicks are decreasing. There's a lot of people just making assumptions out there, and there was a lot of good Twitter chatter on this. And I think Mark did a good job of like looking at all the variety of different factors that could play a role here, but essentially is showing year over year click cost was about 10% increased year over year. I would have thought it's higher, to be honest with you. Talked about advertisers, competition. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. I don't necessarily agree with everything. I think the number one thing is to why clicks are more expensive. And because if budgets stay the same, if clicks are more expensive, clicks are going down, is smart bidding. I think that is number one. And then also like right behind it, I would say is just the expansion that is happening with all the different keywords, right? So like, so one, let me just talk about smart bidding quick. When you give Google the ability to set the price you're willing to pay, and then your competitor does it, and that another competitor does it, and everybody's saying, Google, hey, go get us, these leads or sales. And Google is able to set the bids for you, and it's a diabolical plan. And I've been saying this for years on Marketing Clock. They're like, this is like evil genius type stuff. And so when you're doing that, especially if you're on like maximize conversions or maximize conversion value, you can spend hundreds of dollars per click because you're literally saying to go do this. So Google is setting those higher. And I think that's sort of like number one. And then number two, with other things like Performance Max, you don't have keywords. And so you used to be able to say like, hey, I'm going to bid on this. And now you're saying, like, we had a client come to us and was like, hey, why are we bidding on our competitor's keyword? This is last week. We're like, we are not. And they're like, well, they are asking nicely to not bid on the keyword. And I'm like, well, we are using a search theme of something completely different to the competitor keyword. And because we had that theme, Google is saying, let's match it to the competitor, right? So because you have things like Performance Max that expand and you're now bidding on more and more and more things, there's AI Max where you're going to be bidding on more things. There's Broad Match where you're looking at previous intent. Like Google is making it wider net that you're bidding on while also making those bids higher. A bunch of people are saying that like it could be AI overviews. There is no way to tell that. There's just no way to tell that. And I would say that one thing that Google does really well is for the terms that are like really valuable terms, they like hide the AI overviews, like at least under the ads, in my opinion. And I can just show an example here. Right? I figure out how to share my screen here. But so a lot of times, if it's something that is not a lucrative search, you don't see AI overviews very high. Right. And if it is a lucrative search, they put a bajillion ads above it and then the AI overview. So something like CRM, this is probably a $30 click, right? You see ad, then you got this AI overview. So everybody's like, well, it's probably these AI overviews. You can't make that deduction because there's no way to get the data. And for most of the lucrative things, it's like an afterthought. If you do anything even like Best, I'm not going to get an AI overview for Best. It's just going to be ads. It's just going to be, it's like all ads above the fold.
So right. And that's why I looped you in, because it seemed weird that Google, people are like, oh yeah, AI overviews are not only killing organic search, they're also killing ad clicks. And I'm like, I can't make sense. Google said, first of all, that the ads are baseline with AI overviews on the page, which, Google said that doesn't mean it's true. But two is, I mean, that's their revenue. They make 80 something, like close to 90% of their revenue from these ads. They're not going to go ahead and cannibalize that stuff and totally demolish that revenue for AI overviews. So I appreciate you chiming in and saying it was mostly smart bidding in your opinion.
Yeah. And I think just shout out to Menachem Ani, who had also hinted like, hey, yeah, it's this expansion, like I was talking about, where us bidding on competitor by accident, not
Right.
any
That's
sort of purpose.
That's dangerous. And Google can't play that game. I mean, they really shouldn't. They have to be. You could put a negative keywords for that, or you can't.
Yeah, so we negative out at the account and said, hey, and we sent a screenshot to them and said, this is an accident. This is where it's coming from. It's coming from Performance Max. You don't have keywords in Performance Max. We put in this this specific search theme, and it just turned into your brand name. It's now no longer going to happen. But you can see we weren't 3 years ago. We wouldn't be bidding on that.
Right. Okay. Very good. Thank you for that insight, Greg. And Anu, you want to talk about some sunset?
Yes, so Google is going to be sunsetting ad sharing in October. So that's phasing out ad sharing in favor of asset-based formats. So yeah, I don't know who will still be using expanded text ads because that was sunsetted ages ago. But yeah, if you have somehow
I'm old school.
That's
don't
so
judge me.
There's no way of even using it or creating. That means that there was an ad you set live like 5 years ago and you've just forgotten about it, which is bad marketing. So
I still use search operators and quotation marks and ands and ors when I do searches. So stop making fun of me. That's because I'm old.
Anyway, from October 15th, all of that will end. And any new shared ads can no longer be created in Google from Q1 2026. Any existing shared ads will stop serving. So if you are using one of those old ones, you're just not gonna have your ads showing anywhere anymore. So so get ready for that. Do better marketing, honestly, is the message there, because no one should be using those outdated marketing ad types. So I
don't know, all these youngins and stuff like that, they're touching their phones, they're circling things, they're taking pictures of stuff. Transition to Mordy.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
Mordy.
He's joking.
I'm off the show again, guys.
Speaking of old versus new, Greg, I really like to know the analytics on the old bat.
No kidding. You want to know the analytics on old things?
Yep.
Shocking.
I want to know about the new torpedo bat. But anyway,
I haven't used it yet.
You haven't used it yet? All right. So do StatCam on it and let me know how it goes. Anyway, back to the real things that kind of matter. Not really. I'm confused. I'm so confused about this. And maybe we can go around the horn. You guys can help me out. Circle to search. You circle something you're looking at an image, right? And it's like, I don't know, I wanted to circle like Greg's head so I can search for Greg and people who look similar to Greg. Circle to search for Greg.
I mean, you should have said you wanted to look at the type of skin cream he's using to make him glow.
Right. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That is some great cream that you must be using. It's
really rendered beef fat.
Is that why there are flies flying around your head? Yeah. But now Google's saying, check this out. You can use circle to search with AI mode, but first you have to go through the AI overview.
I know that confused me too. I'm like, they're promoting AI mode. You have to take like 5 clicks, circle something, drag up that little thing, go to the AI overview, scroll through to load more of the AI overview, then click on dig deeper.
It just takes me right to the AI
that
mode.
Confused me. Yeah, that definitely confused me. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Glad we're on the same page. Google is dumb.
Yeah. Anyway. Cool. All right. Thanks everybody for being here on It's New. We're back next week, hopefully on Monday with more It's New. And that's it. Have a great weekend, everybody. Make sure to check out Marketing O'Clock. I don't know where everybody is, but Marketing O'Clock, PPC Live, and Unify Brand Marketing for more information. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.